Mr. Voiles here with a quick iMovie tutorial. Today we are not going to learn how to export just yet. I'm going to leave that till tomorrow because that will be the very last thing that we do. I'm hoping some of you guys can be exporting even by today or tomorrow, but Thursday will be your last day to export and drag and drop and submit. But real quick, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things, and then tomorrow we will have our last lesson, give you guys a couple of days before the deadline. So first off, let's talk about sound effects. So you guys just saw the trailer. Hopefully you liked it. I thought it was really good, really scary. And you'll notice I had some monster sound effects coming in and out. So kind of like this right here, or even actually where the, yeah, you hear the monster. See that right there? So that's this piece, and you can see there's that little growl coming in, and I actually downloaded this from the Google Drive resources folder. So go around and look in there if you want to. This actually came from YouTube. It was like it says alien creature monster sound effect. So that's what that is. And so basically whenever you find sound effects, you can just drag and drop them in right underneath the clip that you need them to be to go along with. And sometimes you might have to, you know, trim them down or cut them and make them shorter. And so if you need to do that, you should already know how. You know, you just drag the edge of the clip until you get the desired length, and then you can fade it in and out with the little wheels on the side. So pretty cool little trick right there. You can see right here I've also got a door squeak that I downloaded also from YouTube. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was not there originally, so if I delete that, you can just hear the original sound of the door. It was literally just the doorknob was all you could hear. I'm going to Command Z though because I don't want to really delete that. And so yeah guys, sound effects are really easy. Sometimes they're even easier than music because they're just little pieces that you put where you want them to go. And actually guys, I take that back. I just realized that is not from YouTube. That's actually from up here in the audio box. If you go to sound effects, you can search for door and you will find that little door squeak, that door squeak sound effect. And so right there. Awesome. So let's go on to voiceover. Voiceover, once again, is very similar, and I'm just going to hit this really briefly because I know that a lot of you guys aren't actually going to have voiceovers, but if you did want to have a voiceover, it's pretty easy to do. So you just put your little line right there, right where you want the voiceover to start. And then you see this little microphone, you're going to click on that, and that enables your microphone. And you'll see these green little lines going back and forth. That's showing you that that your computer is picking up the sound. And so whenever you're ready, you just hit the record button. It's going to count down 3, 2, 1. In a world that was very dark and creepy, there were 3 students. One day, everything would change. And when you're done, you just turn off the record button, and you'll see that underneath my music, it actually recorded my voice. Pretty sweet, right? So let's see what that looks like. In a world that was very dark and creepy, there were 3 students.
Are you sure? What's up with it?
One day, everything would change. So you can see my voiceover wasn't that great, so I'm going to delete that. But just in case you want to narrate parts of your video, you can. And keep in mind, once you do your voiceover, you can still move it back and forth wherever you need it to go. A pretty easy way. Once you're finished with that, you can just click and turn off that microphone, and it'll take you back to the normal play button. Alright guys, a couple more things before I let you go. Let's say that you have a clip and you want to either speed it up or slow it down. It's very simple. You just highlight the clip, it will turn yellow on the edges. Then you will go up to the top of this screen here, and there is a part in here that has a little, like, I guess like a speedometer, and then you'll click on this little drop down and you can see it's got slow, fast, or custom. So slow or fast are normally the ones that I use. And once you click slow, you'll see down here on the clip that we had selected, it actually put a little icon of a turtle, and it's making it go slower now. So if we play it, you can see that that it actually plays slower. Now, if you don't want your audio to sound slow, you might have to just turn it down. But that is how you would do that if you wanted to. Sometimes little short clips of, expressions and people's faces look kind of neat when they're in slow motion. Once again, just an option in case you need it. Last but not least, guys, we're going to talk about how to add credits. So if you notice at the end of my video here, I had some credits. So right after that little jump scare there, you can see I put in my credits, and I made these last about 6 seconds long. And if we double click on that, you'll see really all it was just a title. So the title, and if you remember, you can change the font. So I went ahead and loaded my Tall, Dark, and Handsome and searched for it. If you can't remember how to do that, go back and watch Friday's video. But what I did was, I think I just used this zoom or horizontal blur. You can, I think, pretty much use any one of these. Some of them may or may not work. Like if you wanted to do like one of these right here, like this drifting, it may or may not work. You could try it, but I would highly suggest just doing something simple like the zoom or the horizontal blur. That way you can kind of press the return key and have multiple lines of text. There's also, however, the scrolling credits, and that might be the easiest one that you would want to use. So if we zoom in here, you can see that sometimes it looks really small and you have to stretch it out for some reason, and these can last as long as you want them to. So here we've got some credits, and it's going a little slow. Actually, I might shrink that back down. So basically it'll go slower if you stretch it out longer, or it'll go faster if you shrink it down shorter. So that's a pretty good speed, I think. So now what I'm going to do is double click on the titles, and this is where we can go in and highlight and put in like our friends' names. So like Billy Bob, and Billy Bob, he played, we're going to tab over, and he played the monster. And then enter, and you can start writing on the next line. When it comes to titles, you'll see that they're like kind of in sections on left and the right side with kind of a margin in the middle. So if you want to go from from one side to the other, just hit the tab key. The tab key is on your keyboard. If you look there, it's kind of on top of the shift button. There's shift, caps lock, and tab. Tab, basically what it does is it kind of spaces over to the next column. And so guys, once you get all of everyone's names in there, you can go ahead and click play, and it will look really cool, just like movie titles. Pretty awesome, right? So guys, once again, if you need any help, just let me know. That's all I have for you today. God bless.